we never thought starting out that we were going to work with birth families, but it's just something that God laid on my heart early on. And it started out with just a simple note. When an infant was placed with me and I knew he was going on a visit with the mom, I wrote a note just to tell her that he's gorgeous and we're just cherishing every minute with him and he's a wonderful baby. And with Gina and I, Zegan had his first visit with you, and the CPI lady had you and I talk on the phone, which was really good. And Gina and I, that's all we did was just talked on the phone at that point, and hopefully it helped her a little bit.
Detail, but I remember talking to the person that had my baby. That's that in my head. This is the lady that has my baby, and all I wanted was I wanted everything to go good.
Yeah.
I wanted everything to just be very smooth, and I just wanted my baby back. Oh, I was worried.
That's what I was going to say.
I was worried because you hear on TV that they foster so many kids just for money, or they do it for other reasons, and you hear horror stories. You never hear the good stories. It's always the bad stories.
I just remember her telling me, that she was going to send clothes, whatever he had, she was going to send, and I said that would be wonderful. And she did. She came through on all those things, but, and she just said, I just want him back. I just want him back. And I said, well, probably something to the effect that, please know that this little guy is adorable. We love him. We'll take great care of him. And you just concentrate on working your case plan, and you'll get him back. So the very first time we met face-to-face was at a staffing. And we met actually in the waiting area at the Coalition. I kind of pinpointed that was probably Zegan's mom because I could see the resemblance. And we chit-chatted. I mean, nothing huge, but really where we really got to know each other was when we took placement of her infant daughter. And I let Gina have alone time with the kids. I didn't stay in the visits. At that point, I just wanted her to get a better feel for me first. I didn't want to intrude in that space. And later we've had some visits together, with them. But at that point I would just let her have them, and instead of giving her an hour, I was doing 2, which she was thankful for because she had the 2 of them.
She went out of her way so that I could see my children. She didn't have to do that, and I knew that. The Coalition would not make her, bring the kids if she couldn't. And the Coalition couldn't transport her. So I knew that she was doing me a favor. And that's that. I kind of got, I got calmed after that. It was a calming effect, actually. I thought, well, maybe this lady is the good lady.
That's part of what being a foster parent is to me, is to work on the children and their relationship with their birth mom or their birth family, especially if the reunification is the goal. For them to see the interaction between me and their family is very powerful. Through this child, you're now connected, and you're going, you're working together to get this child back to their family. Whereas if you're like leery of the visits, you're holding on, you don't want to meet the parents, then it's going to be really tough on you.
Working with the foster parent keeps you going, to the goal of getting your children back.
A lot of times we would greet each other with a hug, or at least leave with a hug, and for Zegan to see that, you could tell he was extremely comfortable.
The scariest thing about adoption is the fact that you think your son is going to forget who you are, or your daughter is going to forget who you are.
I still know that Zegan has that connection with you. I see that. I see it in his eyes. I see it when he asks me where you went. Like you woke up from nap, where's Gina? And I said, well, she went back on the bus, and he'll talk about, oh, she went on the bus, she go home. I said, yeah, she went back home, but we'll see her again. And he's not bothered by it. It's just a matter of fact, oh, okay. And then when I say, you know, Gina's coming for a visit, and, you know, that's a fun thing. She was holding Zegan, and he was snuggling in with her. And just to see that he was really at peace, snuggled in with her, and to see the look on her face as she snuggled in with him, the whole visit was worth that. You know, it's sad that she's not with them all the time, but at least she still can get that, you know, that bond that I know is still there in his heart. I think it involves, you know, being exposed to birth families, talking to, you know, even if it's in a seminar type of setting. And I've always felt this way about adoption, even before I got in with foster care. I've always had openness with the birth moms, and I think that it has to do with just breaking that barrier sometimes.
If it was me and I was just getting started again, I guess, in the system, I would just go in and be open and honest with them and give them the benefit of the doubt. Because if I hadn't just been like, if I had closed off myself completely, and I started to at first, but if I hadn't opened up and just said, you know what, let's just see where this goes, and gotten to know her, I may not have the relationship that we have now.
So you make the best of what the situation is.